You own 40 machines scattered across gas stations, strip clubs, and bodegas in 2 states. Every time someone needs cash at midnight because they forgot their wallet or the bar doesn't take cards, you collect $3. You're not there. You're asleep. The transaction happens automatically, and a small fee deposits into your account while you dream. Multiply that by 200 transactions per day across your portfolio, and you've built something elegant: metal boxes that generate income without employees, without inventory risk, without you. Just pure leverage. Cash flow from other people's impatience. Money making money on money itself. You check your phone over breakfast and see your machines process 650 transactions overnight. That's nearly $2,000 in fees while you slept. The passive income fantasy in its purest mechanical form. That's the version everyone sees. Here's the version they don't. An ATM is not a passive income machine. It's a cash logistics operation that happens to have a card reader attached. You're not in the convenience business. You're in the physical currency distribution business, which means you're managing vault cash financing, armored transport or personal cash handling, location lease negotiations, regulatory compliance, and mechanical maintenance on machines that jam, malfunction, and get vandalized. That $3 surcharge isn't profit. It's gross revenue that has to cover the cost of keeping thousands of dollars in physical cash locked inside each box, paying the location owner their cut, maintaining aging hardware, and either driving around yourself with duffel bags of cash or paying someone else to do it. Here's the part that reframes everything: the average ATM holds $4,000 to $8,000 in vault cash at any moment. That's your capital, sitting idle, earning nothing, just waiting to be withdrawn. If you own 30 machines, you might have $200,000 imprisoned in sheet metal doing absolutely nothing except enabling transactions that generate $3 fees. Once you understand that, everything else makes sense. One new ATM costs between $3,000 and $9,000 depending on features. Basic models with monochrome screens run cheaper. Machines with color displays, EMV chip readers, and contactless technology cost more. Most newcomers buy used equipment at $1,000 to $4,000 per unit to reduce entry costs. Then comes vault cash. Each machine needs between $2,000 and $10,000 in physical currency depending on location volume. A neighborhood bodega might need $3,000. A casino-adjacent gas station needs $8,000. This is your money, cycling through but always locked up, never available for other investments. Installation runs $400 to $1,200 per machine. These units weigh 400 pounds. They need bolted mounting, dedicated connectivity, and professional setup unless you're renting a drill and spending your Saturday wrestling sheet metal. Processing agreements cost $500 to $2,000 in setup fees, plus 10 to 15 cents per transaction forever. This connects your machine to the banking networks that verify cards and approve withdrawals. Insurance runs $75 to $200 annually per machine for liability and cash coverage. Before we get to the revenue model, there's a cost almost nobody budgets for: location agreements. Property owners don't let you install ATMs from generosity. They want rent. Either flat monthly fees of $100 to $400 or percentage splits of surcharge revenue ranging from 30 to 50%. Premium locations with guaranteed foot traffic demand the highest cuts. That bodega near the subway exit with weekend nightlife? The owner wants half your surcharge revenue because he knows his location prints money. For a modest 10-machine portfolio, you're looking at $10,000 to $40,000 in hardware if buying used, $20,000 to $80,000 in vault cash, $5,000 to $12,000 in installation and setup, and first-year location fees adding another $12,000 to $36,000. You're all in at $47,000 to $168,000 before collecting a single transaction fee. Actually, let me back up. That vault cash number deserves emphasis. $80,000 sitting in machines earning zero return. That's the down payment on a rental property. That's a diversified index fund portfolio. Instead, it's trapped in boxes so strangers can withdraw $40 at bars. The opportunity cost is brutal when you actually calculate it. Most people who fail here don't fail for dramatic reasons. They fail because of this: the location termination cascade. You negotiate a great spot, high traffic gas station, solid numbers for 6 months. Then the station sells. New owner renegotiates terms or installs their own branded ATM. Your machine comes out. You scramble for replacement locations, but the good spots are taken. You accept a worse location at worse terms because the machine can't generate revenue in your garage. Your average transactions per machine drop from 18 daily to 11. That 7 transaction difference per day equals $63 monthly in lost revenue per machine. Across 10 machines, that's $7,560 annually. Except it's worse because you're still paying the same insurance, processing fees, and your time servicing the routes. The compliance surprise. ATMs fall under Bank Secrecy Act regulations, ADA accessibility requirements, and state-specific money transmission laws. Certain states require money transmitter licenses costing $5,000 to $15,000 in legal fees, bonding, and compliance infrastructure. You discover this after installing machines across state lines. Retroactive compliance or fines can cost $30,000 to $60,000. One operator in Texas faced $18,000 in penalties for non-compliant ADA signage alone. The technology obsolescence trap. Card networks update security standards every 3 to 5 years. Your machines need hardware or software upgrades to remain certified. EMV compliance forced thousands of operators to either upgrade at $2,000 to $4,000 per machine or replace entirely. A 40-machine portfolio facing mandatory upgrades means $80,000 to $160,000 in unexpected capital expenditure, or your entire operation goes dark. You can't process transactions on decertified equipment. But that's not the real problem. Your revenue comes from 3 sources, but only one is meaningful. The surcharge fee is what users pay for convenience. National average is $2.95 to $3.50, though ranges span $2 to $6 depending on location desperation. Bars and strip clubs charge $5. Casinos hit $6. Your bodega probably supports $3. Interchange income is the small rebate from card networks, typically 20 to 45 cents per transaction, paid directly to you. Some vault cash arrangements with specific processors pay tiny percentages on cash volume, but this varies wildly and often doesn't exist. Let's say you own one machine at a decent gas station. Working class area, steady traffic. The machine averages 14 transactions daily. That's industry median for a solid B location according to ATM Industry Association data. 14 transactions at $3 equals $42 daily gross. But the location takes 40%, leaving you $25.20. Add 30 cents interchange per transaction, that's $4.20 more. Total daily revenue, $29.40. Monthly, $882. Now costs. Processing at 12 cents per transaction, times 14, times 30 days equals $54. Insurance is $12 monthly. If you service it yourself, budget 3 hours monthly for cash loading, receipt paper, basic maintenance. At $30 opportunity cost hourly, that's $90. Add 40 in fuel for the route. Monthly costs, $196. Net monthly profit per machine, $686. Annually, $8,232. Now we get to the number that actually determines everything: return on invested capital. That machine cost you $3,000 used, $4,000 in vault cash, $600 installation, $1,000 in first-year location and processing setup. All-in cost, $8,600. Your annual profit is $8,232. That's a 96% first-year return, which sounds extraordinary. Except that calculation assumes zero downtime, zero repairs, perfect transaction consistency, and no vandalism. A single card reader failure costs $350 to replace and creates 4 days of zero revenue. One breaking costs $1,200 in repairs plus stolen cash. Your 96% return just became 58%. These numbers are based on industry averages and should be treated as a framework for thinking, not a guarantee of any particular outcome. The counterintuitive truth: ATM profitability is more sensitive to transaction consistency than transaction volume. A machine doing 12 transactions daily every single day outperforms one doing 20 transactions daily but offline 15% of the time. In 2018, Cardtronics, one of the largest ATM operators globally, saw stock price collapse 43% in 6 months. The reason wasn't competition or regulation. It was the shift to cashless payments. Transaction volumes dropped 8% year-over-year as digital wallets and card acceptance expanded. Their cost structure couldn't flex downward fast enough. This is not a story about bad luck. This is a story about structure. When your entire business model depends on cash usage trends you don't control, macro payment behavior shifts represent existential risk. Conversely, there's an operator named Sarah running 32 machines exclusively in rural Midwest towns under 5,000 population. Her insight was simple: small towns have one bank with limited hours and elderly populations who prefer cash. Her machines average 9 transactions daily, below national average, but her costs are dramatically lower. Location rent averages $80 monthly because small-town owners aren't sophisticated negotiators. She pays high school kids $20 per machine monthly to handle cash loading using her Vault Cash. Her profit per machine is $430 monthly despite lower volume because here's what the smartest operators in this industry do differently. Advertising screen revenue. Modern ATMs have color screens displaying content during transactions. Local businesses pay $75 to $250 monthly per machine to advertise to captive audiences actively pulling out cash. A bail bondsman near the county jail. A DUI attorney. A pizza place next door offering 10% off. 30 machines at $150 each generates $4,500 monthly in pure margin revenue requiring zero additional work. Dynamic surcharge optimization. Most operators set one price and forget it. Sophisticated operators adjust based on time and location context. The machine at the beach boardwalk charges $450 on summer weekends and $275 on winter weekdays. Thursday through Saturday night pricing at Bar District machines runs $1 higher than Monday morning. This contextual pricing can lift revenue per transaction 22 to 38% without losing meaningful volume. Bitcoin ATM conversion. Two-way crypto ATMs let users buy or sell Bitcoin with cash, and you charge 5 to 9% of transaction value. Someone buying 400 in Bitcoin generates $20 to $36 in fees versus $3 on a cash withdrawal. Hardware costs more, $7,000 to $13,000, and compliance is heavier. But one crypto machine in a tech-heavy neighborhood or near universities can generate triple the revenue of traditional machines. Operators report crypto machines averaging $60 to $120 daily in fees compared to $20 to $30 for standard ATMs. Here is the honest math, not the pitch deck version. Good year. You own 15 machines. Average location quality is solid B-. 13 transactions daily per machine. $3 surcharge, 45% location split. 35 cents interchange. Processing costs 12 cents per transaction. You handle servicing, 5 hours weekly across the portfolio. Annual revenue, $47,195. Annual costs including insurance, processing, maintenance reserves, fuel, $14,200. Net profit, $32,995. Your investment was $93,000 including machines, Vault Cash, installation, first-year fees. That's a 35% return, legitimately strong. Bad year. Same 15 machines but 3 locations terminate. Replacement locations take 5 months and perform worse. Average drops to 9 transactions daily. One machine vandalized, $2,000 in damage. Another requires card reader replacement. Regulatory compliance issue in one state costs $6,000. Revenue drops to $31,000. Costs spike to $23,800. Net profit, $7,200. That's an 8% return on capital. Worse than treasury bonds, and you spent 70 hours dealing with problems. The gap is $25,795 in annual income. What causes it? Location stability you can't control. Equipment reliability you can't predict. Regulatory changes appearing randomly. Vandalism that's purely statistical. Both scenarios are profitable, but one feels like winning and one feels like grinding. The person who wins at ATM ownership isn't the most ambitious. It's the most operationally disciplined. You need the personality that derives satisfaction from spreadsheet optimization rather than empire building. The successful operator tracks profit per transaction per location monthly and kills underperformers emotionally. They renegotiate location agreements annually without guilt. They buy distressed portfolios from quitters at 30 cents on the dollar. Here's the counterintuitive part: the best ATM operators usually have complementary businesses. A vending route, a laundromat portfolio, a commercial cleaning company, something requiring regular physical location visits anyway. The ATM portfolio layers onto existing logistics. They're already at the gas station servicing vending machines, so loading the ATM costs zero incremental time. For them, each machine is 85% margin because fixed costs are absorbed elsewhere. If you're starting from zero with only ATMs, you're playing the hard version. You own 40 machines across 2 states. Every midnight transaction still generates $3. But now you understand what that $3 actually costs. The Vault Cash sitting idle. The location owner taking half. The weekend mornings driving around with $12,000 in cash in your trunk. The beautiful spreadsheet math and the messy physical reality. The dream wasn't wrong. It was incomplete. Real operators clear 60 to 120,000 annually with 20 to 30 machines, working 12 to 18 hours weekly, building genuine cash flow. But they didn't get there believing the passive income fantasy. They got there understanding that an ATM portfolio is a grinding cash logistics operation rewarding relentless optimization and punishing romantic assumptions. The money is real. So is the work. The question isn't whether the economics work. It's whether you're built for a business where profit comes from other people's impatience, and success comes from your own patience with operations nobody else wants to manage. Some businesses sell dreams. This one sells convenience. The irony is there's nothing convenient about running it.